Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, it's Murray. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
Yeah, just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Flush to his right. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
To throw on 2nd down, McKee. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Looking to throw. McKee. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Four yards remain for 2nd down. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Harris. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense for the Colts, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Murray now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw. McKee. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First and 10, Taylor now. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. 2nd and 11. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 3rd down, McKee. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Try to punch it in with Taylor. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Throwing now is Murray. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go play action here on 1st down. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
On 2nd down now. It's Taylor, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. From the gun, McKee. Out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. going to set him back 5 yards. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Four minutes to play here in quarter number 2. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he's got some space here. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the stream, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
It's a jet sweep. Here comes Claypool with it. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Murray. And the catch made by Johnson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Murray again. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Fake the handoff, now Murray. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. Throwing on first down, McKee. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Looking to throw. McKee flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. McKee. That is caught. Westbrook's got it. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Blue there, blue there. 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Oh, here we go. Oh, check, 93.
Operating from the gun, McKee. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
After the turnover, here's Murray. He's going to look deep down the field, and that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Murray. He's going to take another shot here. And this one is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Murray. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air, maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, these offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll run on first down. Taylor, powerful running. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On second down, it's Taylor. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And the line 9 to gain here is the 37 on third down. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
To throw on third down, McKee. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. From the gun, McKee. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
From the gun on third down, McKee. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. To throw, it's Murray.
Again, it's Johnson.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll make it a 2nd down. The 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they control.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Off play action. McKee. It's caught by OBJ.
7 yards, the pickup there.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st and 10, McKee. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, McKee. It's caught. Beckham. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Able to get away. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Second and 5.
They run again with Harris. Rumbling past the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line.
53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Here we go.
So the Steelers with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
It's a jet sweep. Here comes Claypool with it.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
Second and 6.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Back to throw. Murray. Man open. That's Kiki QT complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.